Simon, we've been talking about the Together Festival and how that can help people who want to use social media for social benefit. You've got a rather good little story yourself. What's the idea? How did it start? What's happened?
Well, the idea is that we get Coca Cola to agree to talk to us about distributing rehydration salts to developing countries in their crates. And this is on the basis that you can get a Coca Cola literally anywhere in the world, yet 1 in 5 children die from dehydration each year. Before the age of 5, I should say. 1 in 5 children before the age of 5 die in developing countries through dehydration, usually from diarrhea. So that's the idea, and we floated it on the web to see if there was any interest. And then what happened was Annie Lennox, totally coincidentally, about 2 weeks after putting it on my blog, she said that there was a lot of injustice in the world, and she said something like, you can buy a Coca Cola in every corner of the world, yet children are still dying of diarrhea. She didn't make the distribution link. So that really got me very excited, and I set up a Facebook group. Now this was a week ago. The Facebook group is growing steadily. Because of the group, Coca Cola, who would refuse to talk to me, or at least were fobbing me off, then got interested. The IPM program got interested as well, and we had a feature on Saturday's IPM on Radio 4. That worked out being extraordinary because not only did they play back an interview that I did for them, but they got Eve Graham involved. Now, Eve Graham was the lead singer of the New Seekers when they brought out the song Let's Teach the World to Sing, which was a worldwide #1 hit. Started off as a Coke ad and then became a single. And she sang over the phone to the tune of Let's Teach the World to Sing, a new lyrics, especially for the campaign. So Coca-Cola have now responded, saying they think it's an extraordinary, interesting idea. They've said they want to talk to us, and in the meantime, in the background, the Facebook group is growing at 2 or 3 an hour. I'm a bit worried it's not going into sort of accelerated growth, but maybe that'll happen in 2 or 3 days' time. But there are 600 and odd people there. There's lots of people working in the background. There's people with PR experience who are now contacting the newspapers. We've got support from a frontline organisation in India who's been working in the field of rehydration for more than 20 years. That's really reassuring. No one said it's a flawed idea, so it's looking very positive indeed.
And so, what's this telling you and perhaps telling other people about what you can do with a blog item?
Well, exactly. This idea actually came to me, first of all, about 20 years ago, as I was driving through the bush in Zambia, where these children die, and they've been dying for 15, 20 years. You know, it's not a new phenomenon. And I was just looking around and saying, gosh, look, I can buy a Coke here, but I can't get any basic medicines. So the idea came to me, as I say, 20 years ago, but I had no mechanism of sharing it with people, or at least I did have mechanisms, but they were one-to-one mechanisms, and the thing never got any traction. But now, with the whole Web 2 thing, one person can have an idea and gather people around that idea very, very easily.
And so how can people help? Join the Facebook group? Anything else?
Join the Facebook group. That's the most important thing. If you go to Facebook and search for Coca Cola children, we're #1. So you'll find it there. If you're not a Facebook member, then go to my blog and comment there, and that's www.simonberry.net. And the top stories on that blog at the moment are all to do with this campaign. You can read the full story there. You can hear the IPM interview. You can hear Eve Graham's song. As the campaign develops, I'm updating that with the latest news.
So just finally, do you hope for mass adoption by Coca Cola, or is it likely to be a small pilot somewhere that would be a route forward?
It's probably going to be. I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, I don't want them to kill the idea, and of course, that is why it's so important to keep growing the group. Because if it's just me and a few others, then we can be quite easily fobbed off. But if there are lots of us, that's less easy. It'd be really nice if they did decide to do a pilot, that they did it in North Zambia, because that's where the idea first came from, and a place that I know quite well.